everybody, it's time for Cox and Crendor!
Cox and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning! Broadcasting live! Before our recording studio audience. Recording! Wake your ass up! It's up next Crendor in the morning! Hello there, everybody, it's Wednesday.
It is the day of Weds.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. That's how I always say it. Then you know how to spell it when you have to spell it.
No, I agree, because for years I would always spell it W-E-N-D, which is not correct.
It's not.
But that's how people say it.
Why do they say it
like
that way,
like Wendy. Wendy's Day. Oh, Wendy's.
Whenever I see Wendy's
Frosty.
commercial, it has that girl who's like...
The girl who they want you to think is Wendy, but really isn't. Real Wendy.
Yeah, because real Wendy got a little chunky.
Real Wendy has had a bit too much Wendy's.
So they went and found, like, L.A. Wendy.
Yeah, and it drives me crazy because there's something, like, a little too perky about her. Mm-hmm. Like, she's really happy to eat Wendy's.
She's borderline Disney Channel.
She's like, God, get yourself a sandwich.
Mozzarella, la, 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 la.
If
somebody came into my office, they were just like that. I was just like, are you okay? Like, do you need help? I would
hope that someone else in that office, maybe a woman with dignity, would just run across the room and tackle her. Like, no! You do not ruin this for us!
Stiff arms are after catching the football.
Yes.
That's how we start our Wednesday.
I feel like, at the top of the show today, we should announce our campaign for victory.
We should.
So for those of you who are not aware, there's this thing called the Shorty Awards. I guess they're like the Twitter awards, but basically it's for social media stuff. And today, somehow, I don't even know, people started nominating myself as a podcaster. Look, that's the best I'm gonna do. And it blew up. I think it's because Crendor did it as well.
I did.
We were like, we actually stand a chance. And I went to go look, and as of right now, we're first. Which means I'm going to demand that they give us a Cox and Crendor award.
Yes. We're actually ahead of, like, legit people.
Real legit people. But there's, like, 33 days left of voting. So every so often, we're going to hammer it into your brain pulp.
Yeah.
Your brain pulp.
And we need to get ahead of the competition so that they all lose hope.
You're going to go to shortyawards.com/Jesse Cox. All one word. shortyawards.com/Jesse Cox. And then, once you're there, you can sign in with Twitter. There's like a button at the top. And there's a thing that says, like, I nominate Jesse Cox for the Shorty Awards or whatever. It, like, fills it in by itself. And then you just tweet it, and it does all the work for you. And then that's how it counts you towards the vote for us. And that's how we're going to win. You can do Jesse Cox, and you can do like at Jesse Cox and at Wow Crendor. The problem is it only registers one. I'm already up there, so screw it. If Crendor was up there, we would have done Crendor, but we're already in the lead. We ain't losing now.
Yeah, even I voted for you.
Take that, Nerdist.
Yeah, take that, Nerdist. You suck.
This is it. This is our big time to shine.
This is where we're gonna have Hollywood know us.
Yes, this is how we get big. This is it.
They're gonna be like, why is this terrible show winning? We're gonna be like, we don't even know.
Our commentary about Wendy's. That's why.
Yeah.
Then when Wendy comes on our show, fake Wendy.
Oh, she
comes
probably
on our show.
would.
Did you know the Wendy's story? Having lived in Ohio, especially in Columbus, Ohio, which is near Dublin, Ohio, which is where Wendy's was founded, I know the Wendy's story very well. I figure we should, since we're giving Wendy's the time it deserves here. By the way, go to shortyawards.com/Jesse Cox. Keep that in mind. But anyway, once upon a time, in a Thomas hole, there lived a Dave Thomas. And he worked for one they call the Colonel, a white-bearded fool of sorts, who would travel the countryside dispensing chicken justice. Chicken justice. And so Dave Thomas used to work for Colonel Sanders. It turns out Dave Thomas quit and was like, I want to open my own restaurant. Who gave him the money to open his first restaurant? Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders was real?
Colonel Sanders, yes, gave Dave Thomas the money to open the first Wendy's. And he did in Dublin, Ohio.
Oh my God, he is real.
I told you.
That's amazing.
Right?
And
Colonel Sanders was a dude, a real guy, and he helped Dave Thomas. Also, he was in his own commercials for a while.
I remember those commercials.
I do too.
But
it's disappointing. He was in
like,
all the Wendy's
died
commercials.
from eating too much Wendy's.
Yeah.
So that's kind of disappointing.
I like to think that he died from McDonald's-induced heart attacks.
Oh, that's true.
Like, he was cheating on his own company. He's like, I can't help it. The fries are so good.
They had to have an intermission. Well, no, not intermission.
Intermission?
It's like a basketball.
Now presenting the Wendy Wendettes. And they just dance for him, and he's like, oh, heart attack.
They just like bring him out in a chair. He's just like, why am I here? And they're just like, this is an intervention. And like the entire crowd is part of it.
They're all eating Frosties and judging him. Start eating Wendy's, Dave.
I haven't actually eaten at Wendy's in a long time.
Since I moved to the West Coast, I haven't seen a Wendy's.
Really?
In about yeah, I haven't seen one. I know of where one is, but I haven't actually seen it.
Oh.
Like
when you said you didn't see Burger King's, then you were driving and we saw.
Yeah, then we saw Burger King. You just need to be with me because you'll be more observant than I am.
I notice all these things.
I try not to die in LA traffic. That's my job.
But Wendy's, if you want to sponsor us,
we'll take your money.
We will.
Yeah.
And then we can have the Wendy Girl on.
I will only hit on her in the most polite ways.
I will hit on her in all the ways.
We have our bases covered.
RG4 runs all bases.
It's like, RG4, you're not supposed to be playing baseball.
Oh, RG4 is sad.
I like how no matter what, all RG4 jokes go back to his misunderstanding of emotion.
No, you're not programmed to do that, RG4.
I wish I programmed to love.
By the way, I started writing Guy Hero Egins.
Guy Hero Egins, and how's that working out for you?
Let me read the first paragraph that I've written.
Oh, God. Okay.
Aliana sat on the edge of her bed, made of ancient tree bark and lost dreams, contemplating why her father had been cruel enough to ban.
Why is it made of lost dreams? Is that like a tangible good in your world?
You can build things out of lost dreams in my world.
Okay. Continue.
I thought it made sense when I wrote it.
It
Contemplating why her father had been cruel enough to ban her from the outside world. All she had done was suggest they change the recipe for the savory star cookies. Granted, these cookies used a recipe that had been passed down through centuries of Keebler elves, not to be confused with another type of elf for copyright reasons, so part of her understood. That's all I got so far.
That's very good.
Thank
That's
you.
very good.
It's gonna be an
here's my
amazing story.
problem. If you are one of those people who's like, I'll tune into this podcast to determine whether I should vote for them. So far, you've heard us shamelessly plug voting for it. Why Wendy's is awesome and where it came from. A really bad riff on RG4 and Crendor's book.
Many
10 minutes,
jokes.
well worth it.
Well, if you don't understand what we're talking about, you got to go back and listen to the other ones.
Yeah, listen to all the other podcasts. That's all we do is reference old podcasts. We make one funny joke once, and then we just roll with it for like 8 episodes.
That's how I got to where I am.
Doing the same joke over and over again? Exactly.
And once people start to realize it, then it's like, damn, I got to get a new one.
Then we break out RG5.
We start talking like robots.
Eventually, that's all the show's going to be. Just Crendor 3 welcomes you to the morning show.
I feel like we need someone to make us like a super intro.
That's
best
just robots? We have a really good intro, though. That may be the best part of our show.
Well, it is good, but I want it to be even better. Like, if that guy could take it and make it even better and add, like, robot voices and, like, sirens and, like, other morning show things. We need an Aruga.
Aruga.
Did you eat your Aruga today, Timmy?
I don't want it, Ma. I'm going to go watch RG4 play the foosball.
Hey, damn it, Timmy, the Aruga is filled with vitamin C.
RG4 does not understand vitamins.
Yep.
RG4 consumes oil.
He's just sitting back there. They're like, RG4, you have an oil problem. RG4 can quit whenever he wants.
He gets tackled on the field, and it's just like his oil springs a leak, and it's just like, is he bleeding? It's like,
RG4 is bleeding his natural state of blood, which is oil.
Wait, so he drinks oil? RG4 is like a vampire for oil. He's an oil vampire.
what he is the mascot of the future. Nike, in like 20 years, when all people are cyborgs, will look up to RG4 because he'll be one of the first people to promote oil. It'll be like Got Milk.
We have literally crossed the line to fool.
It'll be like
stupid.
Got Milk, but it'll be Got Oil because everyone will be cyborgs.
We've crossed that line to Stupid Town.
I think we did that a long time ago.
Well, I'm gonna bring us back. I was watching the news. This is what they discovered. Drinkers of diet soda are over 3 times more likely to be depressed than people who don't drink diet soda. And here's the thing. They went to this whole reason why it's the chemicals and stuff like that, but it hit me. Wouldn't it just be simpler to say the reason why people are drinking diet soda is because they fear calories? Why would they fear calories? Because they don't think they look attractive. Why don't they think they look attractive? Because they have a problem with themselves. Why do they have a problem with themselves? Because they're probably depressed about something?
Yeah.
It's not the chemicals.
Yeah, the chemicals just give you cancer.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're depressed about that, but the depression, just because you're depressed doesn't mean there's a link between something. They should look at the depression, why, like, okay, if they're hurt about their body image, they're more likely to drink diet soda if they're drinking soda.
That's why I took statistics my senior year of high school, and I got a D in it, but I learned some stuff. And, for example, in the summer, there's a higher crime rate. And so what you can do with studies is be like, well, let's do a study on crime rate with ice cream in the summer. So it's like, oh, well, there's a higher crime rate in the summer. People are eating more ice cream in the summer. Therefore, ice cream increases the crime rate. So you can just make like random ass things like relate to things they don't actually relate to by doing that.
But another study suggests that people buy more ice cream in the winter than they do in the summer.
Whoa.
Exactly. So maybe the inference there is that the lack of summer ice cream equals more crime. Because people are pissed they aren't getting their ice cream.
The thing actually said in the book was like, there's a higher crime rate in the summer because there's more parties and people going out and doing things like drinking or partying and whatever.
I think yeah, it's because it's light more at night. Like that was a horrible use of English.
It light more at night. There is more sun. It make bright.
It's daylight longer, and so people can stay out more. Like, you know, it's 9, almost 10 o'clock, and people are still outside. Meanwhile, during the winter, it's not only cold, but it also gets dark at like 6, and so people go inside and they stay out of trouble. I think that makes more sense than like ice cream causes gun violence.
Well, that's just like what they do. They're like, hey, you want to like do some studies? Because like we get paid for doing studies. And they're like, yeah, let's do them.
Now that we're on the subject of like legit news, I think it's time we go to Chapter 7 in the Sky with Crendor. Crendor, how's that traffic out there?
Well, right now I'm competing with the other traffic copter from some other news station, our rival 98.3, the Light FM.
This is Johnny Cash in the Sky with Light 93 FM.
Yeah,
I'm coming in live.
Actually, Johnny Cash is a zombie because he came back to life and now they hired him.
That's why I sound this way.
They hired him to increase the ratings. I mean, he's really bad
I
at
am
traffic.
slapping myself something silly, so just keep going.
But yeah, they're trying to increase the ratings with zombie Johnny Cash. It's not working. People are just still tuning in here, and it's stupid. I'm just back to you.
All right, thanks, Crendor. It sounds terrible out there.
It does. It's a war.
Let's see what's going on in the war zone with the weather. How's that weather looking?
The war zone?
Shut up. Look. We hyped ourselves up too much. We were like, vote for us in the Shorty Awards. We're the best there ever was.
Best.
Total shit fest.
Listen, let's just go to some place called Garfield.
Yep, why not?
Garfield, Australia.
Wow, have we done Australia yet?
No.
I don't think so. Oh, this is good. I'm glad we're covering Garfield.
Sweet. Today in Garfield, Australia, it is 63 degrees. with 21 mile per hour winds, 55% humidity, 46-degree dew point.
Are there any tweets there? Are we that lucky?
We got the frosted mini wheats again. Or wait, no. Kelly Sevens tweeting at Rep Paul Brown MD and said, "Why did you vote against Hurricane Sandy relief?"
She sounds very informed.
She does sound very informed. She sounds...
We will have none of that on this podcast.
That sounds like actual news.
That's what you get. That's what you get for choosing something named after a lazy cat. And a president. All right, and that is the weather. Now let's go over to sports. Crendor.
Well, I covered NFL stuff a lot lately, so I figured, why not change it up, and we can cover basketball. Steve
basketball.
Nash records 10,000th assist and loss.
What? Steve Nash has lost 10,000 times?
Well, he has 10,000 assists.
Oh,
and
so he got his 10,000th assist while losing the game.
yes.
Okay, I thought you were saying he had 10,000 losses. I was like,
He
that is
broke
not
the
something-
record.
That's not something you want to brag about.
He
I don't even
joined
know if it's
the
possible to play 10,000 games.
I
Steve
don't think
Nash
it
has been
is.
playing since 1962.
Back in my day, an assist was worth 5 assists.
No wonder his team keeps losing. They keep putting the dude in. He's like, I'll get the ball. And he just falls over.
Nash joined an elite group of Magic Johnson, John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Mark Jackson.
That is an elite group of. All right, Jason Kidd I know. I was about to say that's an elite group of people I don't know. But Magic Johnson and Jason Kidd I know.
Well, John Stockton played against the Bulls in the 90s. That's
All I know
is
is the people who played on the Bulls in the 90s.
Well, they played against the Jazz, who had John Stockton. They didn't win. The Bulls won, but...
I was about to say, no one cares about the Jazz. No one.
We almost won!
There was a time when we were almost good.
Oh, Utah Jazz.
All right, well, that's it for sports. What is our big story of the day?
Big story of the day. Beloved snacks you'll never be able to eat again.
What? Are these all about Twinkies things, like Hostess cupcakes and things?
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
Or isn't that your job?
Yeah, well, it sounded cool.
Son of a... All right, hit me with this article.
These foods and drinks used to grace the pantry shelves of many American households, but their glory days have passed, and now these items are discontinued. Some soda varieties just didn't click. There are also lost food snack items. A certain discontinued flavor of Doritos has people especially upset. Number 1 is Altoid Tangerine Sours.
I do remember those. Everyone knows the Altoids. They're the little like mints that make you sneeze whenever you suck on them for some reason, because they're ultra minty, and they have cinnamon ones. I think they have there's a green mint and then a red mint and then the cinnamon. And then for a little bit they had these tangerine sours that were supposed to freshen your breath but were really just candy. Like that's all they were. And so people who buy Altoids have no reason for that, and kids who want to buy candy aren't going to fork over money for like fancier looking candy. So I can understand why they sucked in sales and why they discontinued them.
Yeah. Next up is Butterfinger BBs.
I'm sorry, what?
Butterfinger BBs were mini peanut butter and chocolate candy balls.
Yeah.
Those with
I
the
remember that
Simpsons.
because Bart Simpson would sell them. Yes.
Yeah!
He's
They're
like,
little,
nobody
like-
better let a finger on my Butterfinger BB.
I remember that.
That was my Bart Simpson. Yeah, see, Bart, it's me, Bart Simpson.
Butterfinger baby, she.
Bart Simpson, see.
So they got discontinued in 2006.
Interesting. I do remember those.
Black Pepper Jack Doritos.
I never had those, but I had a friend who swore by them. He was like, they are the single best things in the world. Like, he was like, they're spicy, but not spicy. And they're like the good Doritos. Whatever the hell that means.
They're like the good Doritos.
Yeah, you know.
Well, now I want to try them.
You can't.
But
That's
we-
what this is saying.
Ah,
They're gone. Somewhere some guy has a bag, and he's like, one day, it'll be worth millions.
I'll bring it into Pawn Stars. So I'll pawn my bag of Black Pepper Jack Doritos. Be like, "Well, what do you want from them?
Well, we're gonna have to, like, go to our Dorito guy, and some, like, 14-year-old kid comes in, like, all right, what do we got here? looks like a bag of Doritos, eh?
And then the kid buys them, and he's just like, listen, guys, these are worth a lot of money. I bought them because I ripped that guy off.
And some stoner runs by, kicks the kid in the balls, and takes the bag, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm so hungry, man! Doritos!" And he just starts eating them, and the kid's like, "No!"
He's part of a website.
And that's how that story ends.
He's part of a website that's like tracking down Black Pepper Jack Doritos, just like they track McRibs. He finally found them.
I wonder if that's a real thing. Maybe there's a real cabal of people who are like, "I must have all the Black Pepper Jack."
Did you say a cabal?
A cabal.
Is that like a Middle Eastern thing?
No, it's a close.
I've never heard that.
Continue, please.
Planters cheese balls were discontinued in 2006.
Oh, yeah, cheese balls have, like, a lot of cheese balls have disappeared. It's all cheese doodles and stuff now.
Yeah, like Cheetos.
Because I remember Planters cheese balls were in the can.
Yep.
Oh, I totally forgot those existed. My grandmother would get those all the time. Cheese balls in a can was so much better than anything else. It came in a can.
The picture says new family size.
In a can.
In a can. Next up's a Wonder Ball. Nestle stopped manufacturing them in
What's
97.
the Wonder Ball?
The Wonder Ball is a ball of chocolate with a prize inside. I remember I got some.
Ah, see, I would never waste my time on that. Anything that had a prize, I always knew was less candy than actual what you would pay.
They stopped making them in 97 after some children choked on the toys.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but I had a feeling that would be why. That's really depressing.
That is really depressing, actually.
Good work,
I remember the ads for them because I'd be watching cartoons and it was like, Wonder, wonder, what's in a Wonder Ball? Who knows what the prize is? A Wonder Ball could hide.
I remember eating Kix watching that commercial.
See,
Speaking of which, Kix. Those are wonderful, and I'm glad they still exist.
Well, next up is a cereal.
Because choosy moms choose Kix.
Yeah.
Keep going, please.
French Toast Crunch.
I remember French Toast Crunch. It tasted like shit.
I remember getting
and it would
French
cut your
toast.
gums. It would cut the roof of your mouth is what it would do.
Well, it was shaped like little French toast pieces.
It's true, but it suffered from Captain Crunchitis, where the cereal was just way too hard, and when you bit into it, it cut the roof of your mouth.
That's why you let it sit in the milk for a while.
Soggy cereal is disgusting.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Why not just eat oatmeal? Cold oatmeal.
I like oatmeal.
Cold oatmeal?
No.
You communist. Of course you do.
Maybe.
Exactly. Don't be like, no. Try to save yourself. You love it. You love it.
I can't help that I'm old.
I can't swallow it whole or my poops will come out too hard.
Tombstone quote.
I can't swallow it whole. I can't swallow it too hard. I don't even know what I said.
He said something. The Keebler Magic Middles. They were beloved in the 90s. Beloved.
Were those the one that had, it was like a Keebler Elf on the outside and there was it was like basically a Keebler Elf Oreo?
They were vanilla shortbread with chocolate middle.
It was a reverse Oreo. All right, yeah. I remember those.
Then there's crispy M&Ms.
What the hell's a crispy M&M?
It was literally just an M&M, but it was like kind of crispy.
I don't even know what that would be.
Like imagine eating an M&M, but then imagine eating, it's like eating 2 M&Ms or something.
Why not just eat 2 M&Ms?
I remember seeing crispy M&Ms and being like, "Oh my god,
they're now crispy."
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like an interesting idea.
Surge was released by Coca-Cola to compete with Mountain Dew.
Yes, I remember Surge. That tasted horrible. Jolt, I think, still exists some places. I'm trying to remember what the other ones were that were like. Before energy drinks, it was like caffeine sodas.
Next up, Oreo O's. Cookie-themed cereal launched by Post in 97.
That sounds horrible.
I
Was it
remember
actually
these.
little Oreos or was it something different?
It was like Cheerios that were just like chocolate with little like white like Oreo middle bits around them.
That doesn't sound appetizing at all.
I think I tried it once and I never bought it again, so I don't think I liked it.
There's cereals that look awesome but disappoint, like Cookie Crisp. I always thought looked
Yeah.
awesome. When I finally had Cookie Crisp, I was disappointed by Cookie Crisp.
I remember I wanted to like it.
It's
because I was
I'm
like, it's cookies!
right? And you're like, yes, it's gonna taste delicious, and it just doesn't. It just doesn't.
Tastes like stale cookies.
They had one that was peanut butter cup cereal, and I was like, oh my god, I want to try this. It wasn't very good.
Yep, I
like,
remember
why not?
that. I had that too. Tic Tac recently confirmed on its website that it has discontinued its cinnamon and spearmint flavors.
How
What
many
other
people-
flavors are there?
How many people still get Tic Tacs though?
That's
Besides your
true.
grandmother, how many people actually get like very few people still buy Tic Tacs as far as I can tell.
I remember the orange Tic Tacs. I like those.
I remember when they used to like sell it as like if you're a woman, you should eat Tic Tacs instead of food. Do you remember those commercials? Like, I just pop. It's only 5 calories. Pop. I'm like, shouldn't you eat? I don't know, like a sandwich or something.
It's only 5 calories.
That was that weird period during the 90s where it was like, do you want to be a model? Eat Tic Tacs and ice.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Burger King chicken fries.
What the hell's a chicken fry?
It's, I don't even.
Is it a chicken nugget
They
just
were
in the shape of a
replaced-
French fry?
They were replaced with chicken strips. They just look like chicken. Yeah, they look like chicken strips.
Why wouldn't they just call them chicken strips?
Because they're shaped like fries. They're really lengthy and like
What?
like a fry.
That no piece of chicken looks like that. So it's chicken nuggets, chicken mash,
They
formed
McRibbed
into a
it.
fry. They McRibbed it. All right, okay.
That's a term now. They McRibbed it.
They McRibbed it.
The Snapple Elements drink.
The hell's that? I
They're
remember
popular-
Snapple, and I remember the Snapple lady, but I don't know Snapple Elements.
I don't remember these either. They had Diet Air, Voltage,
Diet Air, huh?
Velocity, Volcano, Voltage, and Spark.
When you have to name your drink something that doesn't exist in drink form, we've got a problem.
It's true.
Although I guess as I sit here looking at my Monster Energy Absolute Zero, that's not really a drink either. So
Yeah. Well, there's Cherry Vanilla Coke.
I remember Cherry Coke. I remember Vanilla Coke.
I remember Vanilla
don't
Coke.
remember Cherry Vanilla Coke.
I don't either.
Did they combine those? All this like
It was
what
launched in
if we?
06, but discontinued a year later.
That's because it's a horrible idea.
It is. What did you think of Vanilla Coke?
Vanilla Coke I thought tasted nasty. Here's the thing. Coke in general always tastes better out of a fountain drink stand or like a parlor, You know what I mean? Like one of
the
those
old
old-timey,
parlor.
right? Like one of those old-timey places. Like if you say, I want a vanilla Coke, they're like, all right, I'll get it. And it's like Coke with a shot of vanilla in it. That
Yeah.
tastes legit. Vanilla Coke in a can tastes like the most manufactured crap ever.
Yeah.
It was very unappealing.
Like, they still have it. Like, if you go to, like, the movie theater has, like, the Coke machine. Where, like, they have, like, 1 billion flavors of Coke. And I tried lime Coke. I actually like lime Coke. It's
lot
like
of
Coke, but with a hint of lime.
A lot of people like Coke with like a actual wedge of lime in their Coke, which is the thing.
It's probably tastes a little better, but for those that can't have that, you can have the chemical version.
Yeah, it's just as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Jello pudding pops.
What? Are they really gone?
They were popsicle advertised by Bill Cosby, disappeared in the early 90s.
I think for everyone out there, we need to hear your Bill Cosby real quick.
That's the Jello pudding pops.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Jello pudding pops. Rudy.
I don't know if that is the best or worst thing I've ever heard. It walks a very fine line.
I think that's what it does. Is it's so good it walks the fine line. It's like an artist, a trapeze artist.
Of bad?
It's art. It's not good or bad. It's all up to perception and interpretation.
Uh-huh. All right, sure. Sure.
And then finally, Snapple's mint iced tea.
Snapple, man. They fired that Snapple lady and no one knew what they made anymore. I didn't know that was even a thing.
This because Snapple. I never
Snap-
actually liked Snapple.
Snapple hasn't been a thing in a long time. Like, I guess there's some people who still drink Snapple, but I don't. Like, Snapple used to be everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
And now no one cares.
RG4 cares.
It has the same consistency as oil.
Someone said Smurfberry Crunch.
Ooh, Smurfberry Crunch.
They said, I still remember how that crazy shit smells. Cap'n Crunch, oops, all berries was similar.
Oh, God. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for listening. We will be back tomorrow with another show. Be sure to go to shortyawards.com/JessiCox.
Shorty Awards.
Vote, and let's destroy everyone.
RG4 votes for Jesse Cox on Shorty Awards.
Thank you, RG4.
You're welcome. I think.
All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow. Thank you for listening, and as always, I want some hot chocolate.